Hey Aditya, welcome back to Magnifloss, where two friends talk about anything and everything, whatever's on our minds. So, I really liked your video about the math curriculum. I think that's a really important thing. I don't know if I could ever have solved those sorts of equations that you're working on now in college. I don't even know if I completely understood your video. But that's fine, it was still really interesting. So I want to talk about something that, appeals to me in a similar vein to what you talked about with the math curriculum, and I'd like to talk about the way religions are presented in the world. This is a really big can of worms, and I just want to make this clear that these are my thoughts, and they may not translate well to every single person, and that's okay. I'm just kind of putting my own 2 cents on it, and I hope that this sort of makes sense to you. Right, so the way religions are presented, at least the way it was presented to me in grade school, was you have Christianity, Judaism, Islam. I don't have 3 hands, unfortunately, I can only do. So you have these 3 sitting at the center, and then everything else kind of goes around it. I don't even know if that's first of all highly inaccurate, and I'm sure anyone who isn't one of those 3 religions, myself included, will say, hold on, that's probably not true. And I would argue that it isn't. So why do we teach it that way? I don't really know. Is it some sort of post-colonial theory sort of thing? Is that something that we can look at? Like, the colonizers of the world were mostly European Christians, and so we tend to view Christianity as the center. I don't really know. However, I don't think it's enough to look at religions from the perspective of, how many gods are in this religion? When was it formed and who formed it? What are your major sacred texts? And where is it practiced today? How many practitioners are in that religion? Because I feel at the moment, especially when you do that last bit of how many people follow that religion, you start to see a hierarchy. The top 3 religions right now by followers in the world are Christianity, Islam, and Hinduism. But that doesn't mean that they're the 3 best religions. Like, I'm a Hindu, sure, but I will not tell you that my religion is the best one. I think the best religion is the religion that works best for you. Whatever that might be. Atheism is a religion, by the way. Why is it then presented this way? I don't really know. And I wonder if anyone wants to talk about that in the comments. That'd be fantastic. We learned about 11 main religions. This is not 11, this is 6. 11 main religions, which I'm going to list here, but I'm also going to say Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism, Jainism, Confucianism, Taoism, Shinto, and Zoroastrianism. Those were the 11 religions that I remember studying. Not very extensively. We may have spent 1 to 2 classes on 11 world religions, and I don't even know if we talked about the cultural significance of those religions to the followers of those religions. And I think that's the most important part. How do you miss that? So I would like to argue for a reform of the way world religions are presented in history classes and in civics classes and whatever else you might talk about. I believe that however many religions you choose to incorporate in your curriculum, you should give a full day of instruction to that one religion. You can't just brush them all over in the span of 2 days. You just can't. They're too complex. They're too meaningful to too many people to just brush over like that. I know I've just talked at the camera for a while. I hope you will take this as food for thought. And Aditya, I'll see you next week.